Welcome back for today's college football pick video play. As always, you can check out all of our college football picks for Saturday's action over at stumpthespread.com, including our free play. And for Saturday's action, that's going to be a pick against the spread in the Alabama versus South Carolina matchup. So if you want that, as well as all of our other college football plays for week 3, you can check those out at stumpthespread.com. Heading into this one, going to be talking about this matchup here between Arkansas State and the Georgia Bulldogs. Going to give our lean on where we see the better value against the spread. The home team, Georgia, as one might expect, coming in as significant favorites, giving 33 points, but this could possibly be a bit on the high end given the fact that Arkansas State, they're at least a reasonably decent opponent coming from the non-Power 5 conferences. Arkansas State expected to compete in the upper tier of the Sun Belt and perhaps push for the Sun Belt Championship. We'll see if they're capable of doing that. So the Red Wolves, I've liked what I've seen from them to open up the campaign. They are 1-1 overall. They opened with a 1-touchdown loss in a very high-scoring game against an SMU team that's gotten off to a red-hot start. The Red Wolves losing that one by a final of 30-37. We'll see how good that SMU team ends up being this year, but maybe that's not such a bad result in what was a relatively competitive game there from Arkansas State. But then after that, they bounced right back. They actually went on the road last week, coming in as underdogs initially against UNLV, but absolutely dominating that matchup against the Running Rebels, winning by a final of 43-17. Now, perhaps concern for Arkansas State coming into this one is its back-to-back weeks on the road, but after having such a commanding performance last week and looking really good through both weeks 1 and 2 on the offensive side of the ball, perhaps they bring in quite a bit of confidence into this one against one of the best teams in the nation. So Arkansas State in that matchup against UNLV, they had a well-balanced attack. They put up 214 yards on the ground, 284 yards through the air while limiting what UNLV was able to do, limiting them to 300 total yards of offense, just 112 through the air. Now, Georgia, they might take their foot off the gas pedal, perhaps looking ahead on their schedule. Their next game is going to be against a top 10 opponent in Notre Dame, so perhaps the team isn't quite as focused. And also, things have been relatively easy for Georgia to open up the campaign. They had a 24-point win on the road against SEC foe Vanderbilt, and then in their last outing against an FCS opponent, taking down Murray State by a final of 63-17. But we think Arkansas State at least has enough offensive tools where they can perhaps get 2 to 3 touchdowns on the board. And if that's the case, then they have a really good shot at possibly going on and covering this massive spread. So that's where we're going to side today, going with the road team, siding with Arkansas State, getting those 33 points. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. And you can check out all of our college football picks over at stumpthespread.com for today's action. Thanks guys for stopping on in. Consider subscribing for more, and hope to see you guys back here for future videos.